contract. Called out contract openers. On Wednesday, we're gonna actually do this whole thing in Excel. This is kind of local slope. If you did a graph where on one hand you had the spot price on the horizontal axis and you had the option value on the vertical axis, this is the slope of that graph locally. It's right up to money. It's a little bit higher. Now, given this, let me kind of show you why you should regard options as implicitly leveraged instruments for speculation purposes. Now, I'm going to use delta to kind of guesstimate the change. If I increase the price, underlying price by 1 cent, okay? 1 cent change as percentage. If the price changed by 0.01, current price is that, it's a 92 basis points or 0.92 basis points change, okay? Now, if I increase the price, let's for now copy this. I'm going to use delta to act as predictive, but at this current price, 108.49, this contract is worth for call option 16,947. Let's make it 108.50. Now that price is worth that much. And let's look at the percentage change. So when the underlying price changed by 0.092, the option price went up by 0.2974. That's your implied leverage, okay? I did it correctly. So 1 cent, if you basically bought $1 million yourself, how much would you have made? 1 million euros. That's $10,000. But I don't know. Yeah, if it changes by 1 cent, you would have made $10,000. That's fine, but that's only a. Oh, okay. 1 cent means you went from 108.49 to 108.50, right? That's a 0.0092% change. But the value of the option goes up almost by 0.3%. So you have implicitly pretty high leverage. That happens in low volatilities. At high volatilities, the implied leverage is less. Okay? But either way, it's as if you put in $1 and somebody else put in $16.39 for it in terms of rate of return. And these rates of return, for example, if this thing moves by one big figure, that's euphemism in exchange rates for going from 108 to 109, for example. So let's go to 108.49. 108.49. I'm sorry, 109. Your investment would have made over your call option would increase by about 17%. Even though in this case, obviously, $1 change is equivalent to 0.91%. So if you want to benefit from the movements of exchange rates, and you're sure that that kind of movement is going to happen, this is a great way of doing it. And I kind of did something like this back in 90s. I don't remember the numbers now. I was waiting for my work permit in London after I got a job in London. I had some money that was left from my days of day trading FX, and I knew dollar yen pretty well. I had about 5,700 left. So I went ahead and bought a lot of 135 calls when dollar yen was at 120. And within about 2 weeks, dollar yen moved to 134. Okay? Let's kind of figure out. It was about 3 months. Cost of carry those days was about 6, and yen was yielding about 0. Volatilities were around 10. Okay. So this would have made me. It would have cost me 435. In this case, yen. Or yeah, the asset is dollars, but the price would be in yen. Doesn't matter. In 2 weeks, that means I'm going to have 14 days less. $35, 134, I'm sorry. It didn't go up that much. Probably volatilities were higher. It was mid-90s, so don't quote me on things. And it may not even be having a 3-month option. But within 2 weeks, my 5,700 became, no, I had 5,000. My 5,000 became $57,000 in a move like that. But that kind of move happens once every year or 2 years in exchange rates. I just set a bet, I got lucky. Then I bet that it was going to go down. I actually put in all 57 into 120 puts. This time it took a little bit longer. It took about a month and a half. And it went down as low as 124. My 57,000 became 500,000. And I lost most of that money in S&P options, but that's a different story. Because when you do something like that, and I was 32 years old those days, you think that it's all you, okay? You become the biggest thing around, and you have a NSFW term for that in the stock market. I'm not going to repeat it here, You think it's all you. From that money, the only thing I saved, my broker was friends with my wife.